Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of my weekly dose of Terraform, which is hopefully your weekly dose of Terraform too. So my name is Anton Babinka, and I'd like to continue doing live coding because it's just so much fun. There are so many issues which I have to fix. I don't have to fix them, but it's just a lot of fun for myself to fix them. So if you want to get something fixed, or if you want to have any kind of improvement in any terraform-aws-modules, or if you have any questions about what I do or what Terraform does or what's going on, don't hesitate to say hi in chat, and yeah, feel free to ask any questions. By the way, can you hear me? I hope so, because I can see that volume is going up and down, but I still don't understand which microphone is actually being used right now. So can somebody confirm yes or no? Let me see. Yeah, I think that there are at least 9 people watching it. Yes, good. Okay, there is some delay. Oh, that's cool. Great. Hello, Martin. Hello, Baptiste. And hello, Valerie. Great. Okay. Yes, great. Oh, cool. Well, yeah, then I don't have to worry so much. So let's do something useful. Oh, even today it works on LinkedIn, which is just unbelievable. I mean, I cannot imagine why it works today, but didn't work a couple weeks ago. So let's get started. Yes, hello everyone. Oh my God, LinkedIn is so popular. Maybe I should use this platform more. Okay, so weekly TF, a couple things I'd like to highlight. There are more than 2,000 subscribers right now. So a couple days ago, this newsletter crossed 2,000, and I think it's pretty cool. So there are quite a lot of people reading it through emails, but even more people are reading it through RSS or some other services. Some people subscribe to Twitter and so on. So if you want to stay tuned, and if you want to know what's going on in the Terraform community, what kind of new stuff, what kind of blog posts I discovered or I find interesting, feel free to go to Weekly TF, leave your email, and enjoy. I try to put a lot of links, kind of not just articles, but I also put AB. If you know what is my name, you can probably guess what does AB mean. It is not A/B testing, but it's Anton Babenka. But still, well, it's actually similar. A/B testing or Anton Babenka testing. So yeah, feel free to read this and click on these links. I think they're quite relevant. Okay, so 5 minutes, that's enough about kind of generic stuff. Let's do some real complicated thing. Let me kind of try to explain where things are coming from. Oh, by the way, it's almost a year. Cool, cool. Yeah, you see it. So this issue started to appear about a year ago. I have workarounds for this one because I use TerraGrant most of the time with this module, but I kind of agree that this is an issue which has to be fixed. And today I want to continue working on this issue and fix it. So before fixing it, let me just explain what exactly the issue is. Okay, you probably, let me make zoom a bit. Yeah, like this. So you probably saw an error message. Where is it? No, this is boring error message. Let's see, maybe this one. Message. No, that's this one. So the error message is like this. The for each value depends on resource attribute that cannot be determined until apply, so Terraform cannot predict how many instances will be created. And then they recommend to use target. Well, we can always use target and it will be fine, but obviously that's a hack which has to be prevented, and we have to rewrite module a little bit. I'm not sure if we have to rewrite module a little bit, or if we need to look kind of from like, I don't know, state how it was 1 year ago and iterate from there, because it is quite a big issue. Okay, what else I need to tell? Like, I will explain in more detail what exactly is inside of module, and hopefully it will be easier to kind of understand and to fix it. But a couple rather important points are related to... There was a comment. Right, okay. So people say that it was working fine in version 2.0. Now it is version 2. I don't know, 2 point something. So obviously asking people to roll back and ignore 1 year of improvement is not the right way to do. The relation to this bug and what's exactly happening, just so that if you are new to that, is related to using of JSON decode function as well as try. So these two functions are rather special in this specific case. In total, I spent, well, I don't want to even kind of share how many days I spent on this issue, but I think this issue is quite interesting, because the amount of time which I spent on this issue is kind of big. Can you please share this GitHub link? Well, this link is inside of description, Harish, but it's in description to YouTube video. How can I send it to... Yeah, I probably can do this if I go to LinkedIn, and if I find this event, and there is... What? Waiting for broadcast. I was just optimistic that it works. Oh my god, it's crazy. It just made another live stream, I guess. It didn't start the one which I scheduled, where 64 people are waiting. I hate LinkedIn, honestly. Why did it start new one? Hopeless. Okay, here is this link, but I guess this is not the right place to put it, because apparently there is another one. Why did LinkedIn start new one? So how can I notify these 64 people that they should join this one? Okay, anyway. So yeah, and yeah, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. It is still one of the best platforms to have network connections. Okay, so for people who are watching this on YouTube, there is a description, and yeah, I see that you're watching from LinkedIn Live, but I have scheduled one event. People sign into that event, but for some reason LinkedIn decided to start another event. And how can I notify those people who are still waiting? I don't understand. Well, yeah. Anyway, let's continue. Unfortunately, I don't know what to do, how to notify those people who signed up before, like 64 people. I don't know. Yeah, ended, and thanks for confirming that you received notification. Okay, so let's see. JSON encode is the tricky function which makes an entire variable a value of not known yet, and Terraform cannot use it as inside of plan, inside of for each. Yeah, that's a kind of quite big limitation, I would say. Okay, let's scroll a little bit more. Maybe next time Meetup platform could be another option. Well, I use what I use. No. Well, what do I forgot the name. Restream. I use Restream, and Restream send the same stream to 4 different platforms: LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. There is no other platform which I can use, so like Meetup. But yeah, I think YouTube and LinkedIn are the best in this case. Okay, let's see what else is here, what I need to kind of explain before I open. Yeah, and this is the same. I downgraded to version 2.0, and when I saw this comment by Johan, I was like, oh my god, this is so bad. I mean, we made so many new things after that, and person has to downgrade to just use it. That's not good, not good at all. Okay, so let's look into this problem kind of ourselves and try to fix it. I want to fix it as much as possible during 1 hour, so time to switch gears, open my IntelliJ. Hopefully you can see it. If you like white background, I can change it as well, but I think dark is pretty cool too. Okay, oh my god, my face is so red, like, I don't know, like I'm thinking too much. No, I'm not thinking yet, but it's still red. Okay, let's open Route53 examples complete, and this is the main thing, which is quite big. And if I go to examples complete, so what I want to do, first of all, I obviously want to see this error, right? Let's run the window, terraform init, just for fun. And this was good. So while it's doing some apply, let's see what comments are. Oh yeah, well, it was so quick. I already see this error message, right? The for each map include keys, which cannot be determined. Okay, so let's try to think about this, how to make this example really small, first of all, because it's kind of big to even think about it. Maybe make small font size. Okay, let's see. I have a lot of invocation of these module records here. Let me make it just to the point. So, for example, I don't care about this submodule yet. This submodule, disabled records, well, it's okay. Let's make some resources. Okay, let me show like why exactly this is a problem. So if we have module like this one, what's going on here? Inside of example, if I look into, let's say, simple one like this one, for example, or no, the main one, where is main one? Here is it, line 52, where I invoke this module records. So I specify zone name, and then I specify list of maps as records. In fact, the variable records is probably type of any. Yes, it is any. So that's like a configuration for all records which I want to create. Okay, and inside of that I have a bunch of different records which I want to create. So the flow, how things are executed, is again rather straightforward. So first of all, we have records here, locals, where we are trying to find first value which is configured. So if user specify JSON encoded, then we need to JSON decode it, and we use it because this is how it is provided by TerraGrant users. In our case, let's think just about Terraform for now, and we provide records, and we set locals.records to this value. Then we are iterating through this local.records, and we are making a key, which is a string which contains name of the record, type of the record, and some identifier. So this is just to be able to use it inside of key later on when we are making individual records itself. So this is going to be a key. And the value itself is going to be the value of the records which were specified, and we add another map there which is containing field records. The reason to do that, again, maybe I'm wrong right now, but I believe this was the reason why I did it, because there were different behavior in Terraform 0.13, 0.14, and apparently even 0.15, a bit of that. I described large part of this research inside of issue, which I shared in the link earlier. So that's that was the reason why this stuff is added here. Well, what is actually the problem with this for each? So when it says that map includes keys, it is referring to this value. So when this value is not known, Terraform just say like, oh, I have no clue what you're talking about, sorry, but I just give up, I will not be able to succeed. So if instead of this guy, I'm going to write something like blah, 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 and I run it, well, I probably need to to continue fix an example first. Let's remove other things which I disabled, like delegation sets. Maybe it will be better now. And delegation set on line 16. This one. Again, it's just reference to another module, which I don't want to even think about right now. Yeah, right. Okay, so it's now complaining about duplicate object key. Okay, anyway, back to the point. So this guy, which is created inside of this key, must be known. So talking about the input of these records, it means that instead of coming up with key for this kind of records, which in this case will result inside of what is it? It's name and then space and then type. So name is empty, and space, and then type. So this record will be created under this key, space A. So if I can ask users to come up with this values, and I can ask user to obviously convert from list to map like this, then it should work. Of course, I need to fix a lot of other things here. The point is that this key must be known always. So if user wants, then he has to come up with something creative. For the backward compatibility, and that's where probably most of challenges will reside, I mean, I cannot just ask user like, hey, from now on, go and change all of your records from list to map and do this in order to match the existing records. It's going to be pretty hard. So what I need to do is that I will probably have to ask user to introduce, so it's like this, and then here will be something like key equal, and this stuff has to be known. So it's going to be like this. Then inside of module, I will not be able to use this guy here because it's not known. So it will be something like rs dot key, right? Yeah, something like that. Okay. So when I have this here, for each of this record, I need to figure out some values. It will be all right. So for this guy, it should be S3 bucket and space A and so on. Okay, let's forget for now about this one. I still need to come up with some reproducible error message, which is rather small. Okay, again, for each is complaining about some zones. Well, why it complains about zone is because on line 34, it is referring to record set. So now let's go to the record set, to records, and make sure that all of these records are rather stable, right? So they have to be known. Let's forget about all these features like failover and CloudFront and other things. Even that one is not relevant for now. So here I'm just making records with one record. I'm gonna to apply it. Maybe one error message is gone, and another one. Which one is it? This one? No, this one is good. Yeah, I guess it's complaining about TerraGrant. Okay, let's forget about TerraGrant. It will be much easier to just work without it. This is... what is this? Oh, yeah, right. Okay, that's another... So that's exactly an example of how things are not working, right? Let me see. I guess this is line... No, it's actually okay. Why it's okay? I was thinking that this guy, since it's a name inside of record, is not known, but for some reason it was able to succeed, and apply will succeed. I don't know why it's working this way so well. Okay, the first step of frustration has passed. I again have no clue why it works this way. Anyway, let's really roll back 1 year back and see how things were created 1 year ago, why they worked 1 year ago, and what kind of changes I added, and how to work around without JSON encode. So for that one, I need to create something and then iterate from there, taking into account that I'm going to use latest version of Terraform, though 0.15 should be enough. Let's see. Okay. Why it works this way, I don't know. If anyone have any idea how it is possible that this key is not known, because local zone name, as you can see, it is an output of another module, right? So it just doesn't know it yet. But for some reason, if I mention it inside of name and type, it is able to be specified here, so the record set will be created correctly, and then this is going to be used successfully. Why it works this way, I don't really understand. But okay, let's forget what I don't understand. Let's try to think about how to make it. I know how to break it, okay? I know how to break it. It's extremely easy to break, but it's not related to the purpose of this demo. Just to show you how to break it is you need to add another record here. What it means, records here and records here, they have different lengths, and then for some reason Terraform decided that it cannot figure out what is gonna to be inside of this map, and it just failed. If this is not enough, then you can use alias there, and it will be also not working. So if I specify in one place, I specify records, and in another place I specify alias, for example, given that I create this S3 bucket already, it will fail. But this is not related to the bug itself. Okay, let's see. It's making progress. It's doing whatever is necessary. Oh, now it is actually making this this record correctly. Right. So I can see that it was using these records with full names. Here is it, module records with full name, and it was able to figure out what should be the name of it correctly. As you can see, it is using with full name, override, and then app terraform-aws-modules example com space a. So it was able to somehow identify what kind of key it should be using. Why? How? I feel like I will spend another, I don't know, 5 hours at least to figure out how to make it work. But again, today I really want to roll back 1 year and make it work as best as possible. So to do that, I have one example here and another example with these records. Okay, I also created a bunch of other supplementary resources like S3 bucket, CloudFront, VPCs, resolvers, all this stuff. Good. So now what I should be doing. Let's see. First one, I want to make small failing record somewhere here. Okay. So if I now add this guy here, and I'm referring to records and alias, will it work? Yes, it will work because it already knows this alias. Well, it doesn't really help me so much. Okay, let's do a little bit different. Let's try to operate with just Route53 resources, but not S3 bucket and CloudFront. So for that one, let's run state rm, because I don't really care about this guy for now. So it's going to be S3 bucket. Can I do this? Can I remove the whole module? Yes, successfully removed. Good. So then I will just have to remember to delete it from AWS account later on. But for now, okay, my Terraform state file does not contain information about S3 bucket and CloudFront, and also VPC. I don't want to think about right now because it is already created. Ah, wait, is it created? No, it's not going to work. No, it's not going to work. Okay. I feel like I'm doing something stupid and I should have thought about this a little bit in advance. But apparently it's not so simple to think about it right now. Okay, one more time. So if I remove this guy from here, will I be able to make a reproducible case where yes, okay, good. So what I did right now, first of all, I removed S3 bucket module from Terraform state file just because I don't want to to have it there. Then if I am running this code right now, it's trying to create S3 bucket resources as expected, and then I'm trying to use this guy inside of this record, which is not working. And the reason why it is not working is because I'm using this alias record, alias block. If instead I would use, let's say not alias but records here, and let's say a record can be this one, right? I mean, it's probably fine. Maybe it will not work, but for the purpose of this, it's okay. So the key point here is that when I use records here, it should work. If I change these records to this alias, it will not work. So let me try. Now it should work. No, it doesn't work. Why? Why it doesn't work? Yeah, should be some music, some quiet thing, but I have no clue why it doesn't work. Okay, let's try this one. So if I use, let's say it could not figure out this value. Okay, I will add key. So this key, as I said at the beginning, is going to be, let's say, provided by human, and it's going to be well known in advance. So if I now use this, so join and blah 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 is fine, but let's try rs key, because well, that's what I'm going to provide for this specific case, and if not, it will fall back to another one. Will this work? Every time when I think that it should work, and if it works, then I'm so happy. Well, it doesn't work. Why it doesn't work? I provide this guy here. Okay, let's forget about this try, because try can be very complicated. Let's drop it. Let's just ask user to provide this key always. Okay, so what we have right now, for this guy we have key, for this we have key, for other we can also add, what was the key? It should be this guy, and a, and for this one it should be 2 and a. For this one it should be, this one it should be this one and a, and for this one it should be web a, right? That's it. So I hope that it works now. I really hope. No, it doesn't. Why it does not work? Let's look at this again. So it does not work because records here is not known. So if I specify something else, so it's not even a problem with the key as such, from what I understand. So if I specify here, no, it's not IP. It's CNAME. Okay, a com. Pretty cool CNAME, right? Now it should work because records well known. There are no reference to S3 bucket and so on. Good. Okay. How to? Okay, let's look at this again. Let's look one step above. We dropped this guy from JSON encode, so we can eliminate this guy completely. Totally fine. Let's use just records. I don't expect this to help, but anyway. This hack with merge rs was necessary, and it is still unfortunately necessary, but again, we can drop it and we just gonna to use rs. There are no references to aliases right now. Everything is inside of records, right? Yes, records here. Good. Let's try now. Right, okay, something is better. Each value records. Each value records. So I records. records. Well, let me put this a little bit higher up, just so that I don't have to scroll it every time. Okay, so we have another type of error, but that's another error. That's because records was using JSON encode and like a magic full of unbelievable explanation. Let's forget this one. Let's drop this. Let's drop this here. Let's use records always present. No one care about alias at all. Now, yes, fantastic. Now it works. Okay, again, this hack was necessary for TerraGrant. So let me try to explain whether I understand what's going on here now, and maybe it will be better. Okay, so the key here and records, this is not related. So if I drop this key from these records and like this. Okay, I drop this key and I can use this long JSON. No, sorry, not JSON, forget about JSON. And I can use this join instead of asking user to provide something, right? It should work right now because there is no JSON encode involved. Key is well known. Great. It works well. On another side, what else is missing here? Yeah, well, that's pretty good. If I now run, okay, so what's going on here right now is that it works well with records, even if records are not known. If I now try to forget this and use alias, what kind of changes do I have to make in the code? Apparently, records is not known, so there has to be try, right? Try if it works, but if not, well, just don't care about it. Because in other case there will be alias, which will be creating something. Will it work? Again, JSON decode is not going to help here. Unbelievable, but it's going to work. So we try to get records. If not, well, that's live. It will be just null, and that's okay. So alias will be used. Okay. So far, so simple, right? I mean, there has to be some trick why I spent so many days on this. Let's create this guy. It will fail because this bucket already exists, I guess. No? No, just create another bucket. Right, it's creating another bucket with another name. It's okay. Maybe it will fail to create this CNAME record because it's an alias. It should be A type. But again, that's minor thing. So when I have record and when I have alias, this is working. Okay. What if for some crazy reason I decide to uncomment, let's say, these records? They're no special. They have records and they have alias. That's it. No magic, right? So it should be possible to create. Yeah, so it will succeed. Nothing special will happen here. No need to create it. Okay, what's else? So does it mean that it works well if I use if I don't use JSON encode or decode at all? I mean, for Terraform users. Probably yes. The answer is yes, because there are no JSON. JSON is not used anywhere. Right. What else can we use? Right. Did I do any changes in the code? Okay, no, it's not. It's not biggest improvement. Okay, let's look into adding some TerraGrant magic here. So for TerraGrant, well, let's just comment out this new records because I don't need to create so many records for now. Where is TerraGrant? Here is it. Okay, if I now uncomment this one, and again, here you can see records and alias at the same JSON encode object. Should this work right away? No, it will fail because there is no this try. Huh? No, sorry. Okay, let's forget about this one. Let's try again. It's so important to try one thing at a time. So I want to try this. Try this. So it's trying to do some changes to the record. It's because I changed it from CNAME to A. Will it succeed? Yes, it will succeed. No question. So let's just run it. Okay, now let's go back to TerraGrant example. So if I uncomment this one, as you can see, I'm using another variable which is called records JSON encoded, where I do try to do JSON decode of them. And by the way, what is this? You see, that's a magic. That's let me try. Come on, finish. Still destroying. Oh yeah, this happens. This error message invalid batch is happening because I was changing the same record kind of at the same time. So it was not able to finish it. You just have to rerun it. Oh, actually, I rerun it already with TerraGrant example. Oh my god, does it work? So here we have alias. Oh yeah, that's a boring example. That's boring example because S3 bucket has been already created. That's why it will work without any problems. Let's see. I need to do some change there so that I actually delete this S3 bucket, and yeah, I need to delete this S3 bucket from Terraform state file first, and then I need to run it. So S3 bucket, forget about it. Good. So now if I run this code, again, will it work? We will check. Because now it doesn't know anything about that, and it doesn't work again. It doesn't work even in two cases. Why? Why two? Why there are two error messages now? I don't know why. Okay, if I remove this from here, should be at least one error message, right? Yeah. Okay, so what kind of latest change did I do? Was it related to the JSON decode? Let's try this code. Oops. Okay, let's try this Terraform case here and forget about this too optimistic TerraGrant case. Let's see. And it works. So, another kind of idea, how to improve this crazy try statement. First of all, let me just execute this guy, because I have some idea that it's just incorrectly written. So if I now run try on JSON decode on default value of this JSON encode, which is null, or records, which is list of some sort of map, what will be the result? Second value. So this means that if user does not provide anything from TerraGrant, then it uses Terraform values, which is fine. But if this thing is actually encoded, it is null. Well, JSON encode null. Right, so it should be this one. So JSON encode null is actually string null. That's fine. So how to make it to work for both cases, for Terraform and TerraGrant? What if we introduce, let's say, another variable which we call, I don't know, is TerraGrant? Then we use this guy. Or else we use records. So just variable default, it is false, just because I'm lazy to do another. And here we have, where is this? Records, yeah, this one. So here is TerraGrant true. That's it. So I have one error message. Why do I have one error message if I should have two error messages like before? Or actually, which error message is it? From which part of? It's a little bit hard to understand, right? So you need to comment something, run it, and see if it affects the outcome. Right, so it was problem with TerraGrant case, where S3 bucket is not known, a name type. So if I now run, no, it's a bad case. I don't know if this expression is even relevant or needed, because this one seems to be doing the same thing, but not sure. Okay, let's do the kind of the other way of debugging such things, what I usually do. So if I do some unknown things inside of module, and there is no simple way to go in the module and run it, usually as example. What I sometimes do is that I copy this part of the logic which I want to verify inside of example and run Terraform console there. So let me do the same stuff here. So the problem part is with this value, right? So if I now put this somewhere here, I just call it locals. That's local. So I have access to this value, and then I want to calculate, let's say, record set. So I'm gonna to have. Do I have this? Yeah, okay. No need to have it like this. So let's see. Okay, I moved this records JSON encoded away, and I cannot run apply. Can I run console? Probably not. Then the way to do, no, I can actually do this. Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes not. I don't understand why. So what I need to do now, I want to calculate this record set. So the way to do this is that I just write instead of this one, I write, it's easier to write in editor than in Terraform console. So I'm gonna to do this and this, just to kind of put it all in one line, because it's easier to work with in console. Okay, so I have this expression where I'm referring to my variable which is present, and it says known after apply. So this is exactly the challenge here, that in fact it is using JSON decode, which is saying that, hey, sorry, but I don't know what is it. So yeah, so if I would have this records JSON encoded local without these things, for example, if I type ABC and here DF, right? And if I run this now, then the whole reference to undeclared local variable. Ah, yeah, that's okay. Just run it here. All right, so here I have the right thing which I wanted to see. And since I'm using this crazy JSON encode, it is marking like, hey, everything is unknown because there is mentioning of something like this. If I wouldn't use this guy here and like JSON encoded is not part of it, and I use reference, will it work? The answer is, well, the answer is I have no clue, but the answer is probably it will. Let's see if I now exit and console, and if I want to go to my code and remove this JSON decode because there is nothing to decode, it's already a string, or not string, it's already a list of map without JSON encode. Will it work? Yes, and that's exactly what I need. I like when this thing which is not known somewhere deep inside of this map, that's totally fine, but JSON encode is bad, right? Okay, let's try to solve, oh, I have 4 minutes left. Let's try to solve another challenge. How to not use JSON encode at all. Can we ask user to Can we ask user of... Yeah, maybe that's a point. What if we ask user of TerraGrant to use... No, it sucks. Actually, it's not so bad. So what I'm thinking is, the case like this, where we ask user of TerraGrant to provide JSON encoded string like it was before here, is actually okay, because by the time when TerraGrant will execute, it will already know these values. Right? It will know these values and everything will be fine and static and good. Right? What is not right is the behavior for Terraform users. So most people are using Terraform. They should not even be affected by that. That's the main objective which I had when I started this stream today, because I want people to be able to run this code. It should work. There are no reasons for that to not work. So let's think about this as like several cases, okay? Let's put it this way. So we have first group of people who are using Terraform, and then second group of people who are using Terraform, Terraform with known values. So it's like everything static, everything good, everything works. And then Terraform users with unknown values. It's like known after apply. Okay, let's think about them as a second group. And then, do we have the same two groups for TerraGrant? Let's call it 3 and 4. TerraGrant and TerraGrant with known values. The answer is yes, because dependencies will be resolved a long time in advance, and TerraGrant will be able to do JSON decode and encode. That's actually how I use this module myself. That's why I never had these issues myself. TerraGrant with unknown values. Does this even exist? Probably not. Again, because, well, I don't have any TerraGrant project which I can share publicly, so I'm not going to open it. But the problem is this group does not exist. This group of users does not exist. Yeah, problem. So I need to make this to work for TerraGrant, who are gonna to use JSON encode. And then this one and this one. Okay, well, it sounds like a good target, at least. Okay, I think I'm out of time for this stream, actually, but I will spend another couple hours today just to make it, well, I'm afraid to say to make it work, because it was working before. But at least I think there are 3 groups of people who this should be targeted for. And actually examples before were not even complete, were not valid. As I said, yes, because this is not possible in TerraGrant. In TerraGrant, this value will be known. That's why it should be no questions. Unfortunately, there is no way to check whether whether this result of this expression is going to be known after apply or not. There is such function like type, and then, I don't know, local dot records JSON encoded. It's a tuple. Well, thanks a lot for that, but yeah, no, it's not gonna to help so much. But I guess if I will just stick to this grouping of people and make sure that examples cover 3 groups of people: known, unknown, or not unknown, it's actually called known after apply. And then this one, then it should be fine. Okay, well, as you can see, it's not so simple even to figure out who I'm gonna to make this for. But at least I feel a bit more optimistic this time. Yeah, so first of all, I need to make examples to show these 3 groups of people. And yeah, and that's it. Okay. Well, I will finish it, I guess, today, then, if this is just these 3 groups of people. And again, I will use latest version of Terraform. I mean, not latest, but 1.0, just to avoid some funny things which were before. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. What I want to or not want, but what I can show today, and it's not moving so far, but at least it's something. So if you like this video, please put whatever is necessary in platform you're watching it. And yeah, next week I will continue doing some live code, and probably it will not be a Route53 module, but it will be something else. And as usual, if you have any questions about Terraform or AWS modules, don't hesitate to ask. So yeah, on this note, I want to say goodbye to everyone, and thanks for watching this stream. Have a great day. Bye.